My friends, this is the kind of update that every senior, retiree, and disability recipient has been waiting for. For years, you've heard promises and seen headlines that got your hopes up, only for the truth to be hidden in fine print. But this time, something truly different is happening. Double Social Security payments have been confirmed for certain recipients, and October could be one of the biggest months yet for SSI, SSDI, and retirement beneficiaries across America. Before we jump into all the details, I want to take a second to say, if you're new here, welcome to our community. We share updates that truly matter to seniors, retirees, and families who depend on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI benefits. So please, subscribe to the channel right now and hit that notification bell so you never miss the news that could impact your payments, your budget, or your peace of mind. This is your channel, your community, and we're here to make sure you always know the truth behind every government update. Now let's talk about what's really going on with these double payments in October. Because this isn't rumor, it's backed by official Social Security schedules, benefit distribution patterns, and real confirmations from multiple state payment cycles. Whether you receive SSI, SSDI, or regular retirement benefits, you'll want to stay with me to the very end of this video, because the details could help you understand why you might be getting two payments this month, who qualifies, and how much you could actually see in your account. October has always been a special month for Social Security recipients. It's the month when the federal fiscal year resets. That means agencies like the SSA, the Treasury Department, and even some state-level programs are realigning their funding cycles. This can create an overlap in payment dates, especially when weekends or federal holidays shift the calendar. This year, the timing has lined up in a way that's producing a noticeable double deposit effect for millions of Americans. In simple terms, some recipients are seeing two payments in October not because of a new law or stimulus, but because of the calendar structure combined with automatic payment scheduling by the Social Security Administration. But here's the twist. This year's double payment is paired with something even more exciting, an increase in benefit value driven by inflation adjustments, cost of living expectations, and new payment rounding rules introduced for certain electronic deposits. So, while some may just see two checks, others could notice that the second payment carries a slightly higher value, especially SSI recipients whose payments are transitioning into the new fiscal year's funding cycle. If you receive SSI, Supplemental Security Income, this is the group most likely to see two payments this month. The SSA's rule says that if your regular payment date falls on a weekend or holiday, you'll get your money on the business day before. This happens several times a year, and October 2025 is one of those months where that overlap occurs. So, for example, if your November SSI payment was supposed to come on a Saturday, you'll get it early, on the last weekday of October. That's your second payment. But remember, it's technically your November benefit paid early. Still, it means two payments in the same calendar month, which can be a huge help for budgeting, rent, and groceries. For SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance, and retirement recipients, the story is a bit different. Your double payment depends on your birth date and your payment cycle. Some SSDI recipients who also qualify for SSI can get both in the same month, one SSI check and one SSDI deposit. That's another type of double benefit that many overlook. And for retirees, especially those who receive survivor or spousal benefits, there are certain adjustments and back payments being processed right now for individuals whose cost of living adjustments, COLA, from earlier months were underpaid due to data recalculations. These adjustments, when approved, show up as extra payments in your deposit list, often triggering surprise double deposits in the same month. Now, let's talk about why these payments feel bigger this October. Beyond the simple double deposit schedule, there's a deeper financial reason behind it: the cost of living expectations for 2025. In early October, the Bureau of Labor Statistics releases the CPI-W, Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, which directly determines the COLA, the cost of living adjustment, for Social Security beneficiaries. This number measures inflation, and when it rises, Social Security benefits go up automatically starting in January. But here's where it gets interesting. To prepare for those increases, the SSA's internal systems and Treasury accounting begin adjusting certain calculation tables months before the new year. That means some rounding adjustments or retroactive corrections can trigger slightly higher payments as early as October. In addition, federal aid programs such as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, Energy Assistance, and Medicare premium offsets also update their payment baselines around this time. These adjustments can indirectly affect net payment amounts for those who have automatic deductions for Medicare Part B premiums or other benefits. So when you see a higher amount, it's not just the double payment. It's a combination of policy timing, COLA anticipation, and technical recalibration of benefit systems. The answer is not officially, but that doesn't mean there's no financial help circulating. While Congress has not approved a nationwide fourth stimulus check, there are multiple state-level and local assistance programs still distributing funds. Many states, including California, New Mexico, and New York, continue to issue targeted inflation relief payments or energy rebates. Some of these are showing up on the same days as SSA deposits, making it appear like a double federal payment. For many seniors, this overlap feels like a second Social Security check, but it's actually a combination of state assistance plus your federal benefit. Still, it's real money hitting your account, and that's what matters most. The federal government has also rolled out new credit and refund expansions through the IRS, such as the Earned Income Tax Credit, EITC, and child tax credit adjustments for certain low-income seniors and guardians. While these aren't labeled as stimulus, they can effectively function as additional financial relief. Now that we've talked about why these double payments are happening and who qualifies, let's walk through how you can actually check and confirm if you're receiving the extra payment this October. One of the most common questions I get from viewers is, how can I know if I'm really getting two payments, or if it's just a mistake? And that's a very smart question, because with so many overlapping programs, it's easy to get confused. Here's what's important to understand. The Social Security Administration uses an online platform called My Social Security Account. If you already have one, log in and look at your payment history section. You'll see a detailed breakdown of every deposit, the exact date, and what it was for, whether it was SSI, SSDI, or retirement. If you notice two separate payments listed within the same month, don't panic. It's likely legitimate. The SSA will often label one as your regular payment and the other as an early payment for next month. This is how the system avoids late deposits when weekends or holidays interfere. Now, while this might sound like a bonus, it's important to plan wisely, because even though you'll get two deposits in October, you won't receive one in November. That's because the second payment is technically your November benefit paid early. So, when that extra deposit hits your account, take a deep breath before spending it. Treat it like an advance on next month's money. Make a simple plan. Write down your upcoming bills. List what's due now and what's due next month, and try to save part of that early payment for when November arrives. Many financial advisors recommend keeping a small reserve from this double deposit to cover late-month expenses. That way, you're not left struggling when the next check doesn't arrive until December. Think of it this way. October's double payment can be a blessing, especially with rising prices for rent, groceries, and energy. But managing it wisely can stretch that blessing even further. Let's now turn our attention to something that's making these October payments even more interesting: the upcoming COLA, cost of living adjustment. Every year, Social Security uses inflation data to decide how much benefits will rise in the new year. That number, usually announced in mid-October, determines your benefit increase starting in January. While we don't have the final percentage yet, experts predict it will be around 2.6% to 3.0% for 2025. That may sound small, but for someone receiving $1,800 per month, that's an increase of about $45 to $55 monthly, or roughly $600 more per year. For those who still receive paper checks, this can sometimes be trickier. Delays at the post office may make your checks arrive closer together, which can create the same double effect. However, if both payments arrive within a 30-day period, it's not an error. It's just timing alignment. And remember, if you receive benefits through Direct Express, you can also track your deposits directly through their mobile app or by calling the customer service line. They can confirm which deposits are coming from Social Security, SSI, or even other federal or state agencies. If you ever see a payment amount that doesn't match your usual benefit, keep calm. SSA periodically issues adjustment payments for underpaid months, missed COLA increases, or Medicare premium corrections. These often appear without advance notice, but they're fully legitimate and traceable in your SSA account history. Now, while this might sound like a bonus, it's important to plan wisely, because even though you'll get 2 deposits in October, you won't receive one in November. That's because the second payment is technically your November benefit paid early. So, when that extra deposit hits your account, take a deep breath before spending it. Treat it like an advance on next month's money. Make a simple plan. Write down your upcoming bills, list what's due now and what's due next month, and try to save part of that early payment for when November arrives. Many financial advisors recommend keeping a small reserve from this double deposit to cover late-month expenses. That way, you're not left struggling when the next check doesn't arrive until December. Think of it this way. October's double payment can be a blessing, especially with rising prices for rent, groceries, and energy. But managing it wisely can stretch that blessing even further. Let's now turn our attention to something that's making these October payments even more interesting: the upcoming COLA, cost of living adjustment. Every year, Social Security uses inflation data to decide how much benefits will rise in the new year. That number, usually announced in mid-October, determines your benefit increase starting in January. While we don't have the final percentage yet, experts predict it will be around 2.6% to 3.0% for 2025. That may sound small, but for someone receiving $1,800 per month, that's an increase of about $45 to $55 monthly, or roughly $600 more per year. The double payment in October comes just weeks before this new COLA announcement, so it's a perfect time to check your SSA statement and see how your benefit might change. The SSA will automatically adjust your payment. No action is needed on your part. However, if you receive both SSI and SSDI, or if you have Medicare deductions, your net increase may look slightly smaller than the full percentage because of automatic adjustments for premiums. Still, the key takeaway is this: not only could you be getting double payments now, but the value of each payment is about to go up again in January. And that's something every senior should feel good about. Whenever Social Security news goes viral, especially when people hear the words double payment, scammers start taking advantage of it. So, let's talk about how to stay safe. The SSA will never call, email, or text you to ask for your personal information, your bank account number, or your Social Security number to confirm a double payment. Any message like that is a scam. If you receive a suspicious call or text, hang up or delete it immediately. Never give your Social Security number or banking information over the phone to anyone claiming to be from the government. The real SSA handles everything automatically. You don't need to do anything to receive your payments. If you ever doubt whether a call or letter is legitimate, you can call the official SSA helpline at 1-800-772-1213 or visit a local office in person. The staff there can verify everything for you directly. Also, make sure you're checking your bank statements regularly. If you see extra deposits or unexpected withdrawals, contact your bank right away. Many seniors have been tricked into switching their direct deposit information through fake websites. Always go through the official SSA.gov portal, not through any link sent in a text or email. Financial analysts have been watching these October payment cycles closely, and most agree that this is a positive sign for beneficiaries. Economists note that this year's early SSI payment overlaps with increased Treasury activity, meaning there's no risk of missing or delayed payments despite ongoing debates in Congress over funding or government shutdowns. In fact, many policy experts say that the Treasury and SSA's consistent performance this year proves that the system is more resilient than most people think. Despite inflation, political gridlock, and administrative backlogs, Social Security payments have continued on time, and sometimes even early. It's also worth mentioning that some disability advocates are pushing Congress to make early payment options or flexible scheduling a permanent feature, especially for low-income seniors who struggle with end-of-month expenses. Whether that becomes reality remains to be seen, but October's double deposit is showing lawmakers how impactful it can be when payments align with real-life needs. Before we end, let me leave you with this thought. In times like these, when the cost of living rises faster than ever, it's easy to feel forgotten. But every time you see that Social Security deposit arrive, remember, this country hasn't forgotten you. You are the backbone of this nation. You've worked, sacrificed, and endured so that others could thrive. And now, through programs like Social Security, the country gives back a small piece of what you've already earned. October's double payment may not solve every problem, but it's a reminder that help still comes, that hope still lives, and that better days are possible when people look out for one another. So hold your head high, stay strong, keep faith that the system, though imperfect, still works in your favor. And remember, you're never alone here. You have a community that cares, a nation that owes you gratitude, and a channel that will always bring you the truth. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your service. And thank you for being part of this family. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay informed, and may your October be filled with peace, good health, and well-deserved blessings. This is your channel, your home for honest Social Security updates. Stay safe, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next one.